Hello everyone, I am back with another video. As you can see, poor camera quality, but I can explain. So as you can see down here, I'm actually running Linux Mint on a ThinkPad T480, right? Um, Now the reason why I switched from my main computer and I'm recording on Linux is because I can do more things, right? But this one's really cool. I have a ThinkPad T480. I put in 24 gigabytes of RAM with. I also put a terabyte hard drive. So if we do like a B-top right here, or actually did it. Oh nope, B-top. There you go. If we do a B-top and I go ahead and extend it, we can see I have 24, but it says 23, but it's 24. And then I have 18 gigabytes of free space, and I'm using about 12%, which is like 2 gigabytes. So yes, that's what I'm running. Now, before I get to if you saw my LinkedIn post, I was talking about snort and how I'm gonna do it. I'm actually gonna run you with the Linux, right? I'm gonna run you a little bit about Linux. I'm just gonna give you like the basics. Now, before we do anything, if you're going to install Linux directly into a computer, which I kind of recommend you don't, because like I recommend you have like another computer or like a main PC instead of a laptop, because I'm doing it on a laptop, right? I recommend you do it on a PC or on a laptop you do not care about, like very low end spec. We're not talking about gaming computers unless you're stacked with money, then knock yourself out. Now, the very first thing I want to talk about is time shift. Okay, I was really distro hopping around, and I was kind of like trying to. I was using Arch at the time, right? Um, I didn't. They didn't have time shift, so I didn't know about this. But you can create snapshots. So before you start installing packages and start breaking your entire system, you can install timeshift, take a snapshot, and then go ahead and install the packages. Now, I highly, highly, highly recommend. Okay, like I implore you to do this. Is every time you try to make changes to your Linux PC or whatever, please, 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 please take a snapshot before you do anything else, okay? Because I was trying to install Kali Linux tools, not the actual operating system, Kali Linux tools on top of this operating system Mint, right? It worked, but when I tried to install like Nmap or SQL map and all this other stuff, it actually broke my packages because there was a apt key that you have to install in order to install Cthulhu 3. You have to put a key inside the apt packages and then install it. But once you start installing the tools, that's when it starts breaking. Okay, so let me go ahead and put in my password. Did I put yeah, I put it right. Now, as you can see, I mentioned that I have a terabyte of RAM inside my computer. It only says 107. That's because I'm running it inside of an encapsulated NVMe. Okay, this NVMe came from this laptop that I got from Facebook Market. It was a very old NVMe M.2. I took it out, put it in terabyte, and now it's in an encapsulation, whatever you want to call it, right? So, I made two snapshots. As you can see, I'm not going to actually restore anything, not in this video. But as you can see, you can create a snapshot, and then there's a wizard where you can like set up. So you have rsync, and then you have BTRFS. I highly recommend you use rsync. It's just a bit easier. I read it on why, but I just forgot. It just flew out of my head. But you want to use rsync, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Now, before you start, like when you start plugging in the hard drives in, and I have another hard drive right here that I'll give an example. This is a terabyte, by the way. Before you start snapshotting, you might be wondering why it can't read it, and that's because your hard drives or whatever you're using is going to read it in FAT32. Now, FAT32 is like, you can still use it on Linux, but like there's like another option that is highly like, it's going to read it if you have this, right? So as you can see down here, if we go to files, and I'll just move that to the side right here. So you see my passport and USB stick. And then when you're going to right click, and it's going to be format. And when you click on the format, it's going to bring this pop up right here, right? Now, as you can see, this is the passport, by the way. This right here is the passport. It's going to read FAT32, which is more for like Windows and Mac. You want to change it to ext4. Okay, once you change that to ext4, you can go ahead and like close time shift and then pop it back on, put on your sudo password, and then it will read it, right? So that's how you get things up and running. So very important that you use a snapshot application, back everything up, and then go ahead and start breaking it. Okay, like I do not care. Okay, whatever you do with it is up to you. Now, so we talked about time shift, and there isn't a pause button for me in this OBS, so I'm gonna be like blanking out for a little bit, so I apologize. Now, as you can see, this is the terminal. We do like an ls to list. I have no idea what that is. Oh, that's the video. So as you see, we got like documents, and if we do a cd, which is a change directory, remember that, well, not remember, but Linux is very like case sensitive is the word I'm looking for. So if I do like documents with a lowercase d, it's gonna be like, what's that? That's not a directory. Okay, so we want to do with a capital D, and then like that. Okay, so we can go ahead and ls list, and as you can see, I have a snort documents that I made. Okay, not the one that we're gonna, but it's for me to document stuff on how to do it. Okay, so that's basically and if you want to read it, use cat for concatenate, and then snort, and then I press tab right here to complete the whole syntax. Press enter, and as you can see, there you go. So on to the meat and taters of this video is snort. Now, snort is a IDS prevention system. Basically, you can, and I'm going to be showing you guys on actually my main computer. This is my main computer, the Razer 14, that has like 1 terabyte, 16 gigabytes of RAM that runs like 5600 megahertz RAM. Okay, I don't know the spec. It has like a Ryzen 9. But in my last video, I talk about WSL2. I'm going to be running WSL2 over here, but like it's going to be over on my bed right here. I don't know. It's like right there. Okay. Or I can like put it like over there and give you a visual representation on how it works. Okay. So press up a little bit. Okay. So as you can see, there's snort. Now, mind you, I'm actually running this in my actual network. Like all the IPs that you were saying, this is actually mine. I don't like, that's not safe for me whatsoever, but for resumes and for projects and for, you know, actual hands-on learning, I decided to put it on my actual network. Okay. So, if anybody who is an ethical hacker that's watching this, or anybody who knows how to like pen test my network, please don't. I'm just doing this for educational purposes. I know I should have done this in a VM. I know Linux has VMs, but for practice, I like to actually do it on my home network. So please be generous. Please spare my life. Okay. So as you can see, let me show you something real quick. So if we do an IPAS, you can see like this is my actual network right here, and this is the interface, right? Now, in order to use snort, we have to use a command. Actually, if I do a cat snort, okay. Let me see. So we use the sudo snort. There's the interface, and then this is like the configuration right here. we have to enable this into a promiscuous mode. I forgot to write that down. Actually, before I even go any further, I followed a video from Hackersploit. The video was made like a year ago, but I followed his instructions, so I'll post a video down in the description so you can follow along if you like. But everything you see, all of the commands that I do is from his video. Okay, I do not take any of his work. This is all because of him. So I'm just showing you, explaining how this works, right? So in order to use snort, when you download snort, and his video is different from mine experience, because when I download it, he has to put like the interface, which is this right here. His is like ENP3 S0, I think. I don't remember. But mine's WLP, right? So you put on the interface, and then you have to put the IP. This is like the very beginning of the installation, right? You have to put the IP. For me, I just have to put the IP, right? So if we do IPAS, not AD, AS, there you go. This is the actual IP right here, right? This is like the actual one, where if we do like a IP ADDR for IP address, oh, actually shows up the same thing. It was a little different for me. Okay, whatever. But yes, you have to put the actual IP. Then when you start setting, then when you get that done, then you have to mess with the configuration files, if I remember. So cat snort docs. You actually have to validate the configuration. So this is to validate the configurations. I'm just showing you like what it does. So these are called switches, by the way. So if you see like this right here and this right here, or if we do like a nmap like oh boy, SV, SC, right? VV, T5. Okay, these are called switches. Okay, why are they called switches? I kind of wish I had the answer for that, but they're called switches. Just know that. Okay, so this is just to validate. So if I go ahead and do sudo snort and the reason why to do sudo is because you're actually sniffing. You're actually like not sniffing. You're looking at traffic, so you need sudo privileges, right? So LP3 etc snort conf, and then I have to put in my password. Okay, the configuration is successful, right? And let me go ahead and enlarge this so you can see. So all of these syntax, all of these results that you're seeing, right, is from the configuration file that I set up myself. As you can see, there's the set of rules right here. And I actually, so you see 2 rules detected. Excuse me. When you first start doing this, it's going to be like good Lord. It's going to be like 3,000 rules. And that's because when you first start off, it's going to scan the community rules. And in the video, he shows you how to like disable it. But as you can see, I have 2 rules detected. One from TCP right here, and then another one from ICMP, right? And I did the test before the videos, and I will do them again. But that's how it should look like, right? Now when you want to be sure it like you have the right configurations, right? So let me go back to IPAS, right? When you first like start off, you actually don't want to put the last digit right here, right? You don't want to put, because you're going to scan like 1 through 256 ports of the network. The first and the last one, they kind of don't scan it, because I think the first one's broadcasting and the other one's like something else. I forgot. I apologize. But you want to put a 0 so you can scan the whole network, right? This one is CIDR notation. There's a math behind it. I forgot, but if you would like a video, I can explain how CIDR notation works, right? So that's basically it. Now, if we do a cat snort docs, right? Okay, so how to start snort in the command line. Now, in order to start snort, and I'm gonna pull up this computer right here. I'm gonna be like way over there, right? I'm not gonna touch. I have a keyboard right here, another keyboard right here. You can blatantly see me, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Or before I even start it, let me go ahead and show you the configurations, right? And for all of you people out there, I actually use Vim, because Vim is a little easier for me. Oops. colon. There you go. Conf. There you go. Okay, so these are the configurations right here. You see, like, it gives you like step 1, which is right here, set the network variables. For the first one, home net, you want to actually put, like I said, remember, I said to put 0, like when you do the IPAS, right? You have to put 0 in it, right? And then, but that's about it for this right here. Any further, I don't really have any of these servers, right? I just have a laptop. Let's see. Somewhere around 500, step 7. There you go. So these are all the rules right here. As you can see, when you first start off, these will be uncommented, right? So as you can see, there's like attack response, backdoors, right? Bad traffic, blacklisting. That's pretty cool. There's a couple on the community side. So we have DOS, web DOSing. Let me see, attack rules, viruses, spyware, which is really cool, NMP, SMTP. Those are really cool, right? So, but in the video, he has you uncomment all of these. That's because when you start doing the validation of the configuration, it's gonna pop like 1,000 errors, right? And you're gonna be like flustered. You'll be like, why is this happening? That's why. Okay, so let me go ahead and :w, or actually quit because I didn't write anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and start snort. Okay, using this command line, this right here, right? So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna type it down: snort, sudo snort q l log snort interface wp3s0 a console. I'm such a slow typer. Etsy snort conf. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead before I even press enter, right? Before I even press enter, I'm gonna go ahead. Now, before, I just want to let you guys know also, I only have 2 rules, ICMP and SSH, right? You can tell when I start it, you'll see what I mean, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and start my laptop, right? And as you can see, it has, oh, you can't see that. It has WSL right here. It has WSL, so it's running Linux. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna press enter, right? And it's gonna start reading. It's gonna start scanning the network. Okay, the second I put in a ping command, so I'm gonna ping it. It's gonna read it. Okay, so actually, for everyone to see, I'll put the console right here. And yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and press enter. There you go, it's reading. I'm gonna go ahead and ping. Okay, I got the ping command ready. You can't see it, but when it start pinging, right? 1, 2, 3. It's pinging, and oh, look at that. It's reading the ping detection. I name it ping pong. I know it's kind of weird. I'm gonna do a Control C, right? And it's gonna stop reading. So you see it reads all the logs right here. It's gonna say like where it's coming from and to this destination, right? And then we got the date, the time. Very cool stuff. We're gonna go ahead and press Control C to stop, right? Now I want to show you one more, which is the SSH. Ooh, fancy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do SSH, right? I'm gonna go ahead and press the up arrow key to start the scan. I have SSH ready right here. Let me go ahead and press enter on this so it can start reading. 3, 2, 1. Now SSH is like declining, right? Because I don't want anyone to SSH. But as you can see, someone is shelling. See, so there you go, right? So that's just a detection system, not a prevention system, right? What are the difference of those two, right? So intrusion detection system, or an IDS, is what I just went over. So it's basically someone is like SSHing, someone's pinging, someone's doing an nmap, someone's talking to our server, someone is, you know, burp sweeping, attempt cross-site scripting. Okay, now you can't do anything about when you can't like stop it when it comes to detection systems. It only detects the threats or detects attempts, right? Intrusion prevention system, which is an IPS, that's something that you can use to stop attacks, right? Now, when it comes to snort, I only did the detection side. I didn't really read much into it. I'm pretty sure it has a prevention system. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. But that's basically snort in itself. Now, I can't really think of anything else. Let's just do a brief walkthrough. Time shift when it comes to Linux. Please, before you do anything whatsoever, back up your operating system. It's very important that you back it up, because if anything goes wrong, okay, you can, like, if a package breaks or like Discord is not working, okay, you can go back to, it's basically a time machine, okay? You can basically go back in time, even though that's not physically possible that I know of. But that's basically time shift. Command lines, we went over a little bit. Let me go ahead and Control C to stop. Clear. So we learned a little bit of, the syntax, ls to list out, or cd, something new, use the two periods to go back to a directory. So you can see from documents, I'm now in the home directory. So if we do a pwd, I'm in the home, and there's my handle, right? So ls to list out, and you can see all these stuff right here. We got desktop, documents, downloads, all this. And if you want to reach into a directory or look into it, you can do a cd, and then you can remember it's case sensitive. Documents, press tab to finish it, okay? Like if you're like halfway but you don't want to type out the rest, just press tab. It's very easy. As you can see, we are in the documents now. You can do like an ls, right? A couple more commands. Let me see. We have the sudo command, the sudoers group. This account right here, the Kenny one, is in the sudoers group, so I can run this command. If it's not in the sudoers group, I can't do it. I have to do a sudo su, and then change it to root, and then you put your root password. Don't tell anyone, but I didn't put a root password. So yeah, go back. But that's basically all for Linux. If you want a video of a more in-depth Linux experience and the actual command lines, okay, I can make another video for that. It's not too hard once you get the hang of it. I've worked with Linux for about a year, maybe less. I'm not gonna lie, maybe less. But it's really not that hard. I've just now started daily driving Mint for about a week, and I actually quite like it. I'm not gonna lie, I actually quite like it. As for Arch is a rolling operating system. And what's the difference between Arch and Mint? Mint is Debian based. Debian based is more stable, in my opinion. Other people might have a different opinion, but it's more stable. It's almost like Windows updates, where if it has an update, it'll tell you, and then you install it, right? As for like Arch, it's rolling based, so it like if there's an update, it's gonna automatically come out of nowhere, right? So those are the difference. But that's all I could think about. I showed you Linux. I showed you a little bit of syntax. I show you how snort works. I did requests on this beast of a machine that I should not be using, in my opinion. I should be using an actual PC, not a laptop. But yeah, that'll be all for today. Hopefully you liked this video. This is resume project number 3, maybe. 3? 3. Let's call it 3. Could be 4, but I'm going to call it 3. So hope you all like it. I'll come out with a new project, and that'll be all for today. See ya.